Welcome back to the 13th Forward. Today's topic of discussion will be Evander Kane, both the situation at the Sabres practice and a potential move for him.
All right, so Evander Kane, he is on his last year of a $5.25 million cap hit. He has, in 44 games this year, he has 16 goals, 20 points, 36 assists, which means he's on pace for 67 points this season, assuming he plays 82 games.
So recently, just on Wednesday, there was an incident at practice where there's sort of an altercation between him and Justin Falk, who is
Justin Falk's not a great player.
only played 20 games this season.
Yeah.
It sort of seemed to start when Kane and Bogosian went into the boards. Bogosian was injured on the play. The video didn't look too bad. It looked like nobody was at fault. It was just sort of an accident. But you never really know what else is going on the ice and what's going on in team dynamics. And then I think Falk told him to shut the fuck up. I believe he did.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. He pushed Kane, told him to shut the fuck up. He called him a selfish piece of shit.
Yeah.
Among other things.
Yeah. And this isn't the first time that there's been this sort of issues with Evander Kane. Of course, the reason he was traded from Winnipeg was when there was the incident with, I believe it was him and Dustin Byfuglien, where he tried to show up game day with a tracksuit on. Byfuglien was having none of that.
No.
And then he was scratched and then quickly moved out of Winnipeg.
Byfuglien threw Evander Kane's tracksuit in the shower.
Yeah.
And
then he was moved.
He's moved. Evander Kane, it's known he's had attitude issues for a long time now. And any team that possibly trades for him knows what they're getting.
Yeah, it's a project with Evander Kane.
Yeah.
He'd have to go to a team where he knows he's not the biggest star on the team.
No.
And a coach that would be real hard on him. Now they asked for quite a bit in the trade. What was the?
Buffalo says they want a first round pick, a prospect, and a conditional pick. The condition would be if Evander Kane re-signs with them, they want another pick.
Right.
It's a lot for Evander Kane. He's having a career year of 67 points, but a first round pick and a prospect is a lot, especially just for a rental player. Most rental players don't get that, especially ones of his caliber. He's a good player, but he's not a superstar.
He's UFA at the end of the year?
He is a UFA at the end of the year.
Right, so obviously no guarantee that he's coming back. Any teams that you think might have interest in him?
I mean, the teams would have to look at him. They'd have to look at... Obviously, he has a $5.25 million cap hit. I'm not sure whether Buffalo would be willing to retain any of that.
Right.
But 5.25 is a lot, so not too many teams would be able to take that. Buffalo may have to take some salary back.
Yeah, well, you think just for the end of the year, Buffalo might not be too big of a deal for them to retain some salary.
No, or just take a bad contract back that ends also at the end of the year.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, possible teams, St. Louis, looks like they're going to try and trade for someone, whether that's Hoffman, Pacioretty, or Evander Kane.
Right.
Who knows, but they could definitely be in on him. Calgary's looking to add a player, but I don't think Evander Kane would fit there.
Yeah,
I think they're looking more for like a third line type player, more of a center.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he will be moved though. If this is still the asking price, I think Buffalo will have to come down on it.
But and they do have time up to the trade deadline.
Trade deadline's not till end of February.
So that's about what, month and a half now.
Yeah.
But he has shown signs of being a productive player.
Yeah, he's second on Buffalo in scoring, only behind Jack Eichel, and Jack Eichel's the world's class player.
Yeah.
He's having a great season, so I wouldn't be surprised if a team does go for him.
Yeah.
He will be able to benefit any team, assuming he keeps his attitude.
Yeah, that's a big issue, and something it's sad to see a good player with attitude issues kind of ruin his.
Yeah.
It's ruining him at the moment.
Yeah.
And then in other news, Anthony Duclair was traded to Chicago.
He was.
We told you so.
13th Forward predicted that.
Yeah, roll the clip.
Definitely see Chicago
due to where they are in the
standings, and they're right up at the cap, so Duclair having a friendly contract really works.
Standbone.
What was the do you have the details on that trade?
Yeah, it was Anthony Duclair and Adam Glendening for Richard Panik and Laurent Dauphin. So the main part of the trade is Duclair for Panik. Glendening and Dauphin are both in the AHL right now, and they're in significant Chicago probably wanting more depth on D. Arizona had Dauphin before, just wanting him back. Panik, he's coming. He had a really good season last year, but struggling this year. He's back to a fourth line role. Arizona, they just didn't like Duclair. Chaka, their GM, said it's been a problem for a couple of years now with Duclair. I think overall Chicago wins the trade.
Yeah, they sort of at least trying to get some more depth scoring.
Yeah, depth scoring. Duclair is also younger than Panik, which is always nice to have young forwards on your team.
Yeah.
And I could definitely see Duclair stepping into a big role with them.
Yeah.
Definitely could be a top 6 player.
And he might be able to at least help sort of turn their season back in the right direction.
Yeah. Yeah, overall, Chicago wins that trade.
So I think that just about wraps it
All
up.
right.
Stay tuned to 13th Forward.
All right, and like and subscribe, Jack.